Friday Night Frenzy.
We've got some great company. Head coach Kevin O'Shea, senior quarterback Austin Munn, both here with us tonight. Coach, first things first, 17-0 victory. Got to be great to going back to Lucas Oil Stadium.
It feels great. I'm really happy for our seniors. This is something that they've been wanting, since they were freshmen, to be able to come through and have an opportunity to win 3 straight. And, hopefully we can pull that sucker off next week.
Austin Munn, before I ask you about the weather conditions, your defense pitches a shutout. You go against these guys in practice. You're on the sideline watching your D tonight. How great were they?
I mean, they're fantastic. Like, I have defensive line, safeties, cornerbacks, linebackers. I mean, they're all so fast. Nobody can get outside, and they knock down passes and pick them off. I mean, our whole defense is just great.
Ross?
Let's talk about him now. Not his best performance of the state tournament, but the wind was definitely a factor tonight, and he did enough to get the win tonight.
Well, we had a heavy crosswind. When you're running on an east-west field and you got that south wind coming that's cutting through the trees at 20+ miles an hour, really you'd rather have a wind going with you or against you than a crosswind. And there were times where I thought he had the ball right on the money and a gust of wind would come up and blow it 3 feet, 3 steps out of bounds. But, I think if you want to go in as far in the playoffs as what we've been fortunate to do for the last 3 years, is you need to be able to do both. You need to be able to both run the football and throw it. And I think it's great when your senior quarterback and captain walks over to you and he goes, hey, let's run the football. And, it is a great call that led us to our first touchdown.
Austin, we're just showing a highlight right there of Danny Anthrop, and obviously statistically tonight, Danny did not have these spectacular numbers that he put up. But you know something? Everything I've heard tonight, off camera and off air, he was tough.
Yeah,
How tough was he?
I mean, he's just an all-around tough kid. I mean, he wants the ball every play. He always asks for it. But I mean, just knowing that you can give a kid like that the ball, and he's got the speed, and he's got the quickness and the moves to get you your first score in a game like this. I mean, it's just great to have a kid like that.
Before Ross asks the coach something, Austin, has it sunk in that you're playing for a 3rd consecutive state championship this Friday?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's just great for everybody. 3 in a row is big, and for our seniors to win that last game at home, have that last game at home, it's just great. But yeah, it feels really good.
Ross?
I got to know what the message is at halftime. You're not in very many games this year where it's as close as it was at halftime tonight. What did you say to the kids?
Really, it's just basic adjustments. There's not yelling and screaming going on in the locker room. It's a lot of conversation. We bring the receivers over, talk about what they're giving us man-to-man. We get with the offensive line. I thought the offensive line struggled in the first half a little bit. I thought they really played well in the second half. And that's a credit to our coaching staff, and that's a credit to the kids that were able to make the adjustments they needed to make.
And speaking of halftime, this kid at halftime was high-fiving his lineman and really giving him the rah-rah. And it showed in the second half that he had him ready to go.
Kevin, I do want to ask you one thing about Austin, and he brings a lot of qualities to the table, but the thing I've noticed about him, the guy's a winner, isn't he?
Yes, and he's calm. He doesn't get rattled too many times, and that's what you need out of a quarterback. But he can be fiery when he needs to. He can lead verbally. He can lead by example, and that's what we need out of him.
One guy on defense that I want to point out, we were talking off camera, Jake Matson. He was fantastic tonight, wasn't he?
Jake Matson, our interior line, our linebacker core with Sam Cochran, with Ross Corcoran. I thought those guys were outstanding tonight.
Head coach Kevin O'Shea, senior quarterback Austin Munn. One more week to go here. Athletic director Tim Bourdonnais said I was supposed to talk baseball tonight with you. We got one more week of the football season, and you guys are on your way to a 3rd straight Lucas Oil appearance for the state finals. Thank you guys very much.
Tim can have him in 8 days.
Oh, congratulations.